Today we will talk about the intellectual property because Trump, since he is in office, he has talked very much and very strongly about China stealing U.S. intellectual property. Yes?
Yes, it's very important. It's interesting. It's interesting once he said that and we started looking into exactly what he was talking about and the deals that were being made and how intellectual property was being shared.
But the Chinese government denied. The Chinese government says, no, we did not steal any of your property, intellectual property, they says, okay? Until very recently, okay, U.S. has arrested a Chinese spy in Belgium, and I don't know how, I don't know, CIA or whatever, and get this man to Belgium for some business meeting. As soon as this man in Belgium, he was arrested by the Belgian police and handed over to U.S. because they have a kind of agreement.
Yes, the extradition. So I forget, we had talked about this like last week or something when it first came up. So I can't remember the exact that they have, but they will extradite criminals back to the country that they're wanted in.
I think the U.S. government has this agreement with over 100 countries. So it means anyone, if you commit a crime to U.S., you can be arrested in over 100 countries, anywhere you go, and be sent to U.S. So this man was arrested and accused to steal intellectual property. Good morning. Okay, this is our neighbor with his lovely dog.
Oh, very nice.
Okay. We are doing a serious business now. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
Okay, so this man was accused to steal U.S. high-level, high-tech something to do with the national security. U.S. Yes.
Yeah. Homeland Security.
Homeland Security. So this man was arrested. So that was a high-end. I think that's a high-end of stealing intellectual property. Okay. Yeah. But normally when we talk about intellectual property for folks like us, like me, we would always think of Microsoft. We would think of Windows, because there's no one pays for Windows in China except Windows 10. Of course, Windows 10 is not available in China. It is available, but no one buys Windows 10. We all use Windows 7. No one pays for, and any Photoshop or Corel software.
Yes, software.
Okay. Any software, anything, no one pays for. Okay, in China.
Also, movies, music. Movies and music. Hello.
Beautiful bird.
What kind was it?
It's a bird. Anyway, okay. Yes. So Hollywood movies. Okay, for example, as soon as Hollywood movies on the screen, the first day, the second day will be DVD available.
Yeah.
This is why this movie theater refused to let people with video camera in, because they set up a video camera and film the film. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I've seen those. They look horrible.
And next day they make a DVD for sale. Okay. Any latest Hollywood movies you can buy for less than $1 in China. Okay.
Yep.
But U.S. lost some money. But U.S. gained a propaganda. It's not a propaganda. Gained the influence to China.
Okay, you mean with Hollywood movies and such? And software and...
Yeah, software and Hollywood movies, all this has influenced Chinese venues.
Well, actually, I had a discussion with this particular thing with software, particularly with Windows operating system. Several years ago, I had this discussion with someone, and very, very high up was actually a developer of on the list of developers for Windows way back in the day. And he said that the reason that you could pirate it and install it and still use it, even though you might not be able to put a background image on or use certain features, you can still use the operating system, was because they wanted the influence. And they wanted there to be no competition, because you can even use Windows free. You just can't get the updates. You can't use certain features like a background wallpaper. That's about it.
Yes. So in another way, Microsoft is controlling China. If Microsoft shut it down, the whole China will be in trouble.
True. If they just decided that, okay, now we've got some secret code inside of Windows and everybody's got it, even if they have it legally or not. Now we flip the switch.
So that could kill the whole Chinese society if Bill Gates one day, he's not in a very good mood.
Actually, I have a question. I know that it's a little bit off, but isn't there an operating system that has been kind of cloned and
No, it was not. It was not a operating system. It was just a browser.
Just a browser?
Yes, only a browser.
For the operating system, you mean?
No.
Or for internet?
For internet.
Oh, I thought that there was at least a GUI that had been created that would be Chinese and, for the desktop.
We had before. The Chinese government tried very hard to make people use them, but no one used them. And even I think the Chinese government has their own system. Okay, I'm not sure, but the ordinary people just follow the market, and it's so easy for the office, everything. So the browser is only a copy of Google Chrome. Okay, that's another story.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, in one way, the Microsoft and all this high tech, you get into Chinese system, you actually control. For example, this time with Zhongxin, this is the biggest, information company. When US stopped provide the microchip, the whole company went down. So this is another way you have to look. You give them something for free, it's not free. Okay, I control you. Second thing is they influence the Chinese society. They get to know more about US through the Hollywood movies, the venues of people, how to love the families, how to treat the people. So the younger generation, the mind is different from the old generation because of the Hollywood movies. I think this is the positive side we have to look at, the piracy.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say just family values and things, but also just creativity. Hopefully they're getting a concept of creativity instead of copying, from the movies. I mean, come on, Harry Potter, and creating a whole different world, all of these kind of movies must be popular. Come on.
Until they come to Hollywood, want to change Hollywood.
No.
They want to control Hollywood. We buy Hollywood. And when we make movies, they will ask the Hollywood studios, if you don't make that in our way, we don't put in the Chinese cinema.
Well, that's going to be very, very limited because there's already a force behind Hollywood that is... I don't think you could ever do away with it. Anyone who's into conspiracy theories, I don't believe that it's a conspiracy theory. I believe that it's true. The companies that control Hollywood, and there's a very high level kind of organization behind it. So anyone who knows what I'm talking about, you probably do. But even actors have been blacklisted when they badmouth this particular place on Earth and things like that. So
anyway, everything has good sides and bad sides. We must look at both sides. So our point is, from the low end to the high end, China is Stealing. It's not a good word. There's some other word with bother.
It's
borrow.
stealing. I'm sorry. There's no
We
sugarcoating it. Why are you trying to sugarcoat it? When someone steals your car, were you going to say, oh, they borrowed long-term, borrowed, never planned on returning and resold it for a profit? Are you going to say?
You're an English teacher. Please find a better word
Find a better word for stealing?
for stealing. I don't like it.
Absconding with?
Oh, that's too complicated. Exploit.
Exploit?
Exploit.
That's not
No.
exploiting. Okay, let's give a definition instead of saying stealing then. Do you want to give a definition
I take it
instead?
without paying.
They took it without paying. What do you call that?
We pay you respect.
No. What? Okay, if a DVD is worth $20 and they paid nothing for it.
$1.
No, but they didn't pay anything for it.
Mhm.
Nothing, no royalties went back to the company who made it. Nothing. What do you call that?
The when they are credited.
They're pirates.
Anyway.
That's what it's called in software.
Anyway, the truth is that China has been using from low end to the high end of the American intellectual property without paying at this moment. Okay, the man paid
It goes much deeper than just software and such. It
high
goes
technology.
high technology, low technology, you name it, from sneakers to computers to cell phones.
So this is something I want to talk about next about the sneakers. Okay, so
Oh,
before
I read your mind.
before we talk about sneakers, I talk about the violin strings. Okay, I'm in the violin business, and I'm very much care about something happening in my field. I want to talk one string called the dominant.
Yeah.
This dominant violin string is made in Austria. It's Austria company owned it, and it's the most widely used violin string.
Yeah, when I started playing, it was the first string that I ever heard of.
Yeah. And then when I was in China 2009, I found they have so much fake dominant strings. The Chinese people call it number 2 dominant string. Okay, they will ask you if you go to the shop, they say, do you want the number 1 or you want number 2? Like a Rolex watches, okay? You want number 1, you want number 2.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
The only difference I can see is the string, everything package is the same. Is the ball, the metal ball is different. The metal ball, but because dominant use 4 different balls for each strings, but the Chinese they don't bother to make that. They make the same ball. So if you see the ball, you know this is number 2 dominant.
Because they are identical for each string.
Yes.
For and for people who don't know, because we have a lot of people who aren't violin players, but there are 4 different strings, which are 4 different gauges. They're thicknesses, and they are tuned to a different note, each of them.
No, it's not gauge.
Right?
It's the ball.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm just explaining the strings. And the strings on a violin, even though when people just look at it, they think that they're all the same and it's just 4 strings put on. But they are actually all different thicknesses.
Yes.
So they are supposed to have unique characteristics for each string, but they didn't do that.
The ball.
Yeah, the ball that secures to the bottom piece. Yeah.
The material is different, okay? So, of course, there's a huge difference of the tone quality. The sound is absolutely different, of course.
Yeah.
So, I was so surprised. And then the shop sell them. They say, oh, no, this is not fake. It's just number 2. I did not get it until the exhibition, Shanghai trade exhibition for the violins. And then I see dominant company has a big booth there. And just beside dominant strings, there's a Chinese booth, dominant strings. I was surprised. Why? I asked the dominant string company, I say, why they sell your fake strings just next to your door? They just laughed. They said, oh, we can't do anything about it. And I did not get it. I go next door. I said, you sell fake dominant strings. You're a bad guy. The Chinese people said, who said that we are selling fake? We are selling legitimate.
Legitimate. You know what? You have to. This is.
Okay.
Keep Just pay attention because this is going to get interesting. The subject may be violin strings. You may not have any interest in it, but what's behind it?
We're saying
Legitimate.
legitimate strings, and we are registered company. They show me registration.
Wait.
It is
Where?
It is registered in China. So it is China registered dominant strings, exactly the same as the dominant strings next door. Oh my God. Then I realized that recently there's another big news came up to the Chinese media, is that China has a huge business in recent years. It's called buy things on commission, buy things on request. The business goes like this. I live in US. Okay? Anyone who buys something in China, they have to pay tax. But I buy here is much cheaper. So my family or my friends ask me to buy things here in US and send to China, and they say can sell more tax-free. Okay? So this has grown a huge business, and they start a company doing this. In the beginning, it's only individuals. Now the company, they call it buy on interest. Okay, so they buy the sneakers, Nike, Adidas, Jordan, and New Balance, everything. A Gucci bag, you name it, Rolex watch, anything you can buy, anything exists in West, you can buy in China through this company, a lower price than in China. And they sold it. They say, okay, this is sent from US or sent from Hong Kong, sent from Switzerland. They have the track code.
Tracking number.
You have a tracking number. You can track, oh, it has been to Hong Kong. Oh, has been to, oh, I received it after 1 week or 2 weeks. You receive it. Oh, they're so sure this good is from Switzerland, Rolex watch. And this shoes, Nike shoes, is from California. Okay? But it turned out to be a big scandal. So through this company, all the internet, not a single item is bought outside of China. They're all produced in China. Even the tracking code is fake. They are business like this. You receive an order, this company, this shop will bring this Nike shoes going to a transportation company. The transportation company make a fake tracking code from US or whatever. They receive fees. So the whole Chinese people are cheated. Then, you know what the makers, what the company say?
What?
The company says, we actually did not cheat you. Everything you bought is real, is genuine. It's authentic items. It is only made in China. But they are all registered legitimate business. They all have, trademarks registered, everything. It means
Registered
everything. They're registered in China. Rolex watches, Nike, Jordan, everything.
Jordan is Nike. But anyway, okay, the key difference being here that it's registered in China, but nowhere else in the world. It is not the same company. So the moral of this story... Yeah.
Well, let this go. Please leave. Okay.
So the moral of this story is that if you're ever going to start a company, you better register it everywhere. Including China.
No, that doesn't work. I will tell you why it doesn't work. Even you register in China, it doesn't work.
So
okay.
Somebody else can do it.
I'll tell you later. Okay. So all those things does not bother me. I go to China, I get my windows restored for like $10, and I get everything, I'm happy. And all the shoes are bought in China. Some of them are not bad quality, and I'm happy until one day I was very unhappy because in the instrument trade show I found my own string. It's my name with my package, everything mine, but it's not my company. Sitting in the trade show, Then I ask them, oh, come. This is, I'm Daniel. You're sending Daniel strings. They say, oh, in China, you're not Daniel. I am Daniel in China. Then I sued them and ask the people come here. The people in charge come here. They say, yes, they are right. They have the registration. Daniel strings in China. Do you have Daniel strings registration in China? I said, Daniel, everyone knows that I am Daniel. It doesn't matter. On the paper, you're not Daniel here in China. You can be Daniel in China, but this product belongs to this company. Okay, I was so pissed off. I could not win the case. So I just back off, says, no Daniel strings sale in China. I put on my webpage, okay, I put on my homepage, the website, says, we don't do Chinese market. Anyone buys Daniel strings in China, it's not buying string, okay? You are free to do that, but don't hold us responsible for. It's not our strings.
Because they're not the same quality at all.
Absolutely, of course not. The same package, same name, everything. The quality, of course, damage my name. But I cannot say because I'm not Daniel in China.
Right, but it damages your name because they didn't just steal the concept of your string and make an inferior product, but they even stole your packaging, which is... they're obviously committing fraud. That's what people who are committing fraud do. They copy someone else's product and package it and sell it as their own. Come on. They're using your reputation and your marketing and your name.
But so I was very unhappy for a couple of years until one day I became very happy. I'm very happy now. You know why?
Why? I know why.
Because
tell them why.
There's another person even worse. His name is Donald. What's his name again?
Oh, I think Donald Trump. That's it. There's a tower here. There's a tower here with his name on it.
And he happened to be the president of the United States. Okay? Now...
At that time, he wasn't, though. The time when you're talking about is before he was president.
Yeah, now I tell you Trump's story. That's why I also tell you why Trump hates China stealing intellectual property so much and personally. Okay, now go to story start. Okay. And Trump actually applied his name as a trademark in China 2006, June 2006, exactly. So he said, my name's Donald Trump. I'm a businessman. I have a real estate business and that business. I want to register my trademark as Donald Trump in China.
Well, this was what year?
2006.
And he had already been around for ages upon ages. So he was already very famous.
But China says, no, you can't. Because Trump is not very much known in China. You're not Marilyn Monroe or Elizabeth Taylor.
So they refused his attempt at trademarking.
Absolutely refused. Wow. So Trump put on court.
Okay, they went mediation?
Yes, and they went the first and the second, third. What do you call say this? Well, on the court, you have to... this.
He went in and an appeal? Appeals?
No, the first, he lost.
Yeah, and then he went for an appeal.
Yes, lost again.
And then he went for a second appeal.
Lost again. So this case lasted for 10 years, almost like 10 years, until 2015. He lost everything. He fight for 10 years. My name should be registered in China, Trump as a brand. But China says, no, you're not famous enough. So then Trump found somebody else registered his name. Trump.
In China.
I think it's a lady or something in Beijing or somewhere. Anyway, and he found, that is misuse. That's my name. Same like someone used my name in Shanghai. So that's my name. So he went another trial.
Okay.
So he sued this person another trial. Once, twice, 3 times. Trump lost. Okay.
He's not used to losing. Anyway.
Until until 2016, actually November 13th.
November 13th. What happened in
Yes.
November?
Okay. Trump suddenly received a letter from the Chinese government. Congratulations!
What year?
2016.
16.
2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Congratulations. Your trademark Trump is registered temporarily for 90 days.
Oh, temporarily for 90 days.
If 90 days, within 90 days, no one want to fight with you, you have a trademark in China.
Okay. All right.
So that was the 5th day when Trump was in office.
I was going to say, what happened in November of 2016?
13.
Yeah, well, what happened?
Yes. Okay, after Trump was in office, the president of USA, then he is famous enough.
Suddenly he was famous enough. It wasn't that he was a real estate mogul and all of these crazy things, had his own show, TV show, reality TV show, all kinds of things throughout his life. That wasn't enough. Okay.
Trump, President Donald Trump, congratulations. Okay, someday I have a hope now. No, I have a chance. Someday I become a president of somewhere. I don't know where. I can have my trademark.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But Trump, don't be happy too early. You know why?
Why?
Because after he registered his name, Trump, in China, there come 1, 2, 3, another, and comes to more than 80 Trump brand in China.
But he wasn't famous. Where did they come up with this name?
Okay.
That's not a Chinese name, is it? Is that a Chinese surname?
So
Trump.
There's so many Trump name, not belong to Trump himself, not be the president of the United States, but to some Chinese people, their own Trump brand for anything, clothes, cosmetics, pets, golf, even condom. I just wonder the size.
I don't even want to think about it. Please.
If they import a Trump condom to US, what the US people think? Oh, this is the Trump size.
Please, no. Okay, let's change the subject. Come on, change the subject.
So this is now Trump is getting very popular. Even Trump is registered his name as a trademark in China. There's still more than 80. The Chinese people call themselves Trump.
Yeah, it's a common surname. I've heard that in China. It's almost like Li or Chen.
This is how much this name be hated in China. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Today we have happily end this topic with all the dog barking at us.
Yes. It's actually not at us. There's someone walking down the street that they don't know.
Yeah.
So then one does it, and then all the others have to join in.
Yeah. Okay. And so, dear Chinese government official, I'm not sure actually, maybe you are the only exceptional, don't steal, don't take intellectual properties for free without paying, but China definitely is doing this very much. Okay.
And widely unregulated in any way, shape, or form. It's just, okay, it's not registered here in China, go for it.
And if Trump cannot stop his name being used in China widely and widely.
Yeah, wildly and widely.
Okay.
Yes.
That's better.
Yes.
That's better.
Just better enunciation.
Yeah, okay. How could others? Okay. So just get used to it.
Yeah.
You make something, you want a Chinese market, your property will be stolen in China. So this is why Trump says, don't bother to do business with China. You don't make any money at all. Same like a Norwegian cruise line.
Yeah. I'm not doing business in China, so I don't know.
You're doing business with me.
Yeah, but you're here.
I'm a Norwegian.
You're Norwegian, exactly. So, and
Okay.
yeah. So I just don't, but I do not see how it's worth it. Because they're not just stealing their name and reselling it, they're stealing their reputation and the product and giving a bad reputation to themselves first and foremost, but also the company whose intellectual property they're stealing, because it's always an inferior product.
Okay, finally, I make an announcement. Daniel strings can only be bought through us directly. And before we had Amazon, and also we found some fake ones on Alibaba, fake ones on Taobao, fake ones on eBay even.
You do have authorized dealers.
Yes, only authorized dealers, and you make sure you can check directly with us if it is authorized. Hi, hello. This is the male lady. Okay. That's
don't
okay.
worry about it.
Just put on the table. Just put on the table.
The table right there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You too.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this is the only way we can help you to get our authentic Daniel strings.
Yes. Do you have a list on your website?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for watching, and we say goodbye to see you next time.
Do
Okay.
your research.